Hello, everybody. Welcome to Social Register Network's Business Connect, where you get to know our Social Register members one-on-one. If we have not connected yet, my name is Mary Grace Iniguez, and I'm the owner and CEO of Social Register Network, and I have the honor of putting together this Biz Connect every single week on Friday at 12 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, and bringing on one of our Social Register members from across the nation so you can learn more about them, how you can connect with them, and add them to your network. So today I have the privilege and honor to interview Mr. Gregory Drake, who is with Quantum Advisory, and he's going to share more about himself and his business and how you can connect with him. All right, so Greg, I'm bringing you on down. I hope you're ready. There you are.
Ready. I'm ready.
How are you?
Doing good, Mary Grace. How about yourself?
I am doing well. So I'm super excited. You and I talk quite often, but I'm excited for everybody else to get to know you. So please tell them where you are located because we have viewers from across the nation.
I'm in Las Vegas with you, Mary Grace.
Yes,
Vegas,
you
Nevada.
are. And how long have you been here?
Been here 11. I've been here 11 years.
Oh, wow. Where did you come from before?
I think Kansas City, Missouri, and working in the law enforcement umbrella. Took a transfer out here in 2011.
Wow.
September 26, 2011. I came out here and haven't looked back.
That is fantastic. So you were in the law enforcement. Wait, I didn't know this part about you.
I was in the law enforcement arena and started at Jackson County Jail in Kansas City. Went to Leavenworth, then came out here out into Pahrump to transport federal inmates across the country, and did that for a while. And that was fun for me, but my wife didn't like it because I was gone. So
Yeah. Wow, you are a badass. I already knew you were a badass, but now knowing this part of you, I'm like, wow, that's super cool. Well, thank you so much for sharing that. So tell us more about you, Greg, and who you are, and then what you do, and introduce us to your business too.
okay, my name is Greg Drake. I am the president of Quantum Advisory Group right here in Las Vegas, Nevada. My background is very simple. I was in the Air Force for 5.5 years. Doing Desert Storm, and when they downsized, me, my stepfather, my brother got out the same year, and so then I did that was around a little bit. Went to college, was going to school for engineering, and um, decided that I wanted to take a different route. So matter of fact, I got with Sprint. I left Denver, traveled around a little bit, got to Kansas City. They offered me a job at Sprint PCS at their headquarters, and as one of the engineers there, and it was great. I love that job. And then I got laid off.
Mm-hmm.
Corporate, went on vacation, came back and got laid off. And
Wow.
matter of fact, I just got married the year before, so it was that was interesting. So I needed something to do, so I got into applied for the Jackson County Jail. So I needed a job because got to take care of bills and whatnot, and it took me forever to find a job. And then Lisa and I transitioned into law enforcement or into the jail. Went from there. Well, back up. I went to juvenile corrections first. That is a mystery within itself.
Yeah.
And then from there, I said I can't do these kids. I went to do adult.
Mm-hmm.
It's easier. And then eventually brought me out here to Las Vegas. And I hated snow. Everywhere I've been in the military and outside the military was snow and cold. And so when I took the transfer to Vegas, they said it doesn't snow. I'm like, I love it. I love it already. And came out to Vegas, not knowing much about it, and been here ever since.
It doesn't snow here, but it's hot as heck.
Yeah, I don't mind the heat.
You don't mind the heat? So for me, I don't mind the heat. I just stay indoors, but I love our fall and winter here. Like we're
Yes,
able to still dress nice and cozy without worrying about the snow.
absolutely. And so starting Quantum Advisory Group in 2019 with Lisa and I got into insurance in 2014.
Okay.
My wife had been in insurance since 2005, Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Kansas City.
Mm-hmm.
And so when I came out here, when me and that in law enforcement parted ways, I needed something to do, and I said, let me try life insurance, and it was okay. New York Life was a great stepping stone for me to learn about insurance the right way. Met some wonderful people. Then my wife said, why don't you try health insurance? So I said, well, okay. got into health insurance and loved it because it's a puzzle. It's a
Mhm.
puzzle. You can truly try to help people.
Yeah.
And like most people, I just thought health insurance or insurance period was just another expense. But once I started to peel the onion back, the layers, it's a strategy that everybody needs. And that's what I fell in love with.
Wow, I love it because my next question is why or what are you most passionate about when it comes to, quantum advisory and what you're doing for people?
That's a great question because my why is I love to help people. And
Mhm.
when you sit down with somebody or somebody gives you the opportunity to help them, you ask them a bunch of questions. Sometimes they may seem intrusive, but you're just trying to figure out what's the best route to protect that person and their family or that business owner and their employees and that person's business. It's a puzzle. And when I was a little kid, I used to love the little 500-piece puzzles, the 1,000-piece
Mhm.
puzzles. It was something that I loved to do. And you just figure out, okay, how can I make this work? How can I get it to work within their budget? But then again, how can I show them why they need this and that everything else should be put on hold because their health, their family, and their employees depend on them to protect them going forward. Because when you're talking to somebody who's a single mom, for example, who
Mhm.
has she has two beautiful children, or he has two beautiful children, what happens if they can't afford to take care of them, their health? Better yet, if that person passes away, who's taking care of their children? What does that look like? And I try to get them to picture that and say, hey, what happens if? And sometimes people they'll want to talk about it. A lot of people they don't want to talk about it, but those who listen makes it fun to sit there and say, hey, I did a great job and I helped the family, and it wasn't because of the money. It's because they saw a benefit in it. It helped them. And when it's all said and done, they're referring business to you because they know what you did for them. They want to tell their friends about you. And my wife, this is crazy. She's even killed. When I mean that, you can irritate her to no end, but in her voice, you will never know it.
Oh, wow.
I'm,
She's a beautiful woman. I've met her.
yeah, I
Yeah.
can't do that. I'm not there yet, but I want to be. But she's on the other end of the phone. She's like, but her voice doesn't change. It's like, okay, I can definitely help you. And she's like,
Yeah, yeah.
but
But it's because you both truly wanna help, and when it comes to health insurance, I just remember when I was younger, right? Because I was a teen mom, my husband and I were teen parents, and obviously we had health insurance because I was young, I was under my parents, but I remember getting into our early 20s and several, people around me were my age too, and some of them didn't have health insurance, but I just remember my parents just talking about that and my husband, at the time my boyfriend and his parents talking about like how important it is to have so that you can take care of your health and you just never know what can happen. And having health insurance, especially at that time for my young baby, was so ingrained in me because my parents were like, you need to take him to the doctor every month and all these things. And so health insurance from me from the very get-go, like becoming an adult when I had a kid, um, was so imperative on top of everything else because your health is everything and you want to be able to protect your family like you just said, and being a mother, protecting your children and making sure they get the kind of health protection and they're able to see a doctor, get the medication if they need it, or when they're ill they have a professional looking at them and you don't ever have to worry about a crazy hospital bill or crazy doctor bill if you don't have that kind of money to put up front, right? The health insurance, you pay it every month. Like you can share more, but like from a consumer, that's how I've experienced is you either work for a job where they provide that and you pay the
Mhm.
percentage, or you're an entrepreneur, solopreneur, and you link up with Greg and he helps you find insurance that works for you and your family or your employees, so that you pay that fee every month versus having to show up to a hospital or a doctor's office and having to pay thousands of dollars or being put on a payment plan or whatnot. Like, what can you share around that experience? Because I know as a entrepreneur, there's a lot of business owners who are out here without insurance, right?
right.
Yeah.
What happens is that most people do not understand health insurance. They know they have a plan. They'll pay a premium every single month. Everybody wants the low deductible, but they don't understand the low deductible means a high monthly premium.
Yes.
And so the parts can be intricate. They just um, unless you understand it, you just like, here's my card. I just want to go see a doctor. Well, they could have co-insurance. They have
Yep.
deductibles, out-of-pocket maximums. They,
Co-payments.
they think sometimes they think that if they go to get an MRI, you just hand them a card and that's it. Well, there's a co-insurance on certain things within your plan, and educating them and business owners. They want to keep quality employees. Today is crazy because so many people walked out of the workforce in retail after COVID, and they're trying to get people to come to work for them, and it's very hard. And crafting a benefits package that they can afford, that's attractive, is very key. And so
Mhm.
sitting down with a business owner and saying, "Hey, what is your goal?" I'm not going to tell them what it is. I want to know
Yeah.
what their goal is. What is the end game? What are they looking to do? And then walking them through the process. And I have a great team: Robert Morgan, and Chris Bridgeforth, and Brian Douglas. They help me to look at the big picture. How can this work? What do we got to do? Robert Morgan thinks out of the box and said, "Well, let's do it this way." And then we present this to the business owner and walk them through it, and to get their input, and for them to say, once all said and done, this makes the most sense. You guys have thoroughly educated me. Let's go ahead and put in the actions, and also looking at how to protect their business because
Mhm.
it's their baby. So their family is dependent upon that business that his or her baby to grow and to provide them generations to come. Hopefully, their kids and their grandkids will want to keep the business going. So it's a joy to sit there and say, "Let me educate you," because some
Mhm.
people have, well, my aunt Betty, she has this particular policy. Well, you're different than your aunt Betty. Your
Mhm.
situation is totally different. Health insurance is specific to the individual and their family because some people have people who have pre-existing conditions, like they've had
Yeah.
cancer in their family, or they've had diabetes, or type 1 diabetes, and so there's certain plans that you can and cannot mix together based on a person's health. And then just making sure that just because it says a zero monthly premium, and it's coming up 2023, they're going to have almost a $9,000 max out of pocket. And so
Mhm.
you can zero premium if you want to, but when you
Mhm.
go to use it, do you have 9,000 plus to in the bank
Yeah.
to use your health insurance plan?
Yep.
Because the last thing people want to do, nobody wants to file bankruptcy medically.
Mm-mm.
Nobody wants to do it. Everybody wants to be responsible. But when you say, "I just want the cheapest plan," I need to ask you, what do you understand health insurance to do? And then be able to walk them through the process and get them in a plan that suits them, fill in the gaps as best we can, and then say, let's revisit this in about a year. Let's look at your life insurance. Another year, your health insurance is taken care of. Let's look at your life insurance. Let's look at the critical illness policy. Because
Mhm.
if they're looking to do a financial game plan for the retirement, that foundation is critical because the financial advisor will say, "Hey, what do you have in place? If you don't have it, go get it." So I just love the fact that, let me educate you. Let's sit
And
down.
that's the piece I love about you is because you're right. I think people just don't understand it. And just like anything, right? In business, in our personal life, insurance, it doesn't matter what it is we don't make decisions because we don't understand it. But if you understand, how you can make the insurance work for you and what do you need for you and your family, then you can make those decisions. Like, so for example, using my experience is we used to have HMO. So my husband obviously works a corporate job and has amazing
Mhm.
insurance. We used to have an HMO, and then I got ill and we started to see doctors. And what we realized is we don't like HMO because we had to jump through all these different hoops just to see a doctor. Right. And so that's why when the next thing came up, the enrollment, my husband switched it to PPO. And yes, it was a little bit more, coming out of his check, but the results and the freedom I have when I do need to go see a doctor, or any part of our family needs to see a doctor, is we can just walk up and go see the doctor. We don't need to get what do they call it? Is it a referral? Some
Referral.
Yeah, a referral from like your general doctor to refer you out to see a specialist. We just walk in and see the doctor, or call. We call first, obviously. So it's knowing the difference.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. The one thing that we run across, people who really love doing health insurance, they understand that there are different types of plans that are out there, and
Mhm.
some people just do not care what they sell a person. They can sell them a really weak, uh, just a doctor plan, and they think they have major healthcare coverage, and they don't. And
Yeah.
so when you come across these people, they have a bad taste of what health insurance is because of what somebody else did just for a commission. And there's so many different plans that are out there. Short-term medical, you can go private, you can go ACA, you can look at a defined benefits plan. Those are pretty good if you understand how they work and if it fits your situation. And it can also work in a group setting as well. But it's just some people just they'll sell you a policy just to get a commission. And I'm not going to do it because it has to make sense. Because you're going to come back, you can file a complaint against me with the Department of Insurance,
Yeah.
or you can just put my name around town. Vegas is small, so bad news travels really fast in Vegas. You mess a company over or somebody, your name can be spread around really bad. But if you do something really good, and you know referrals start coming in, that's great. But people need to sit down. Worst thing people can do real quick is say, "I want the cheapest plan."
Yeah.
That's the worst thing because they don't understand what they're asking for.
Hmm.
Because when I hear that they're saying, "I want to assume all responsibility, regardless of the cost, just get me to a doctor," and those bills they're no joke.
Yeah. Yeah. Because you're still paying a copay and then you're still getting billed by the doctor. You receive a bill in the mail and you're like, what? I thought I had insurance.
Right.
Yeah. Wow. I love that. Well, if anyone wants to reach out to you, Greg, and learn more about like maybe I think you offer consultations and looking at what they have,
Yes.
and offering consultation as to what we could do better and whatnot. How can they reach out to you? We'll put all that information.
One way you can look at our website is www.q as in Quincy ag-llc.com. That's our website. And my direct number is 702-335-5216. And my email is greg@qag-llc.com. Our consultations are all free. Anything that I do for you, it's not going to cost you a dime. It's just that the insurance carriers will take care of me to make sure you're in the right plan that you need to protect yourself, your family, or your employees.
And before we close it out, I always ask everyone, every member I bring on, because we're all business owners and entrepreneurs, is what is one advice you can give to a new entrepreneur, new business owner through your experience? What's something you wish you knew that someone told you when you became an entrepreneur?
Find a mentor.
Mm.
Find somebody that's in the career that you want to get into or the business that you're looking to start, and pick their brain to ask them how did they start, to get to where they're at, and ask them questions about the pain that they're going to encounter or how to avoid certain things. Those are key, and then get involved in a good networking group. The people that can help other business, get you some referrals, meet new people. I'm involved with a group called Spark and the Social Register. And the Social Register, what you do, Mary Grace, is great because I've learned so much from everybody and all the classes you put on. But get a mentor and get plugged into a good networking group, a couple of them, and then just network your tail off.
Yeah. Wow. Thank you. Thank you so much, Greg, for sharing that.
You
And
like
thank
it, Mary
you.
Grace.
And thank you for coming on with me with Biz Connect and sharing more about your business, your insight, and how you can help other people, whether they're in business or not. And also, anybody, if you want to get connected with Greg, we'll make sure that the contact information he listed is in the description. And I just want to thank you for tuning in with us on Biz Connect live with Social Register Network. We do this every Friday at noon Pacific Standard Time. We bring on a social register member so you can get to know them and find out how you can connect with them, because that's what it's about. It's about building community, finding support, and building resources within our community. We will see you next time. And without further ado, we're going to go ahead and close it out. Thank you so much, Greg.
Have a great one.
Thanks.